You ever feel like life's turning into Groundhog's Day? Wake up, fight the daily grind, get shoulder checked by some stranger on the sidewalk? Like, sir, are we in a rugby match or just walking to Starbucks? And when did a small burger and fries become a $27 investment? Why do pastors think turbulence is the perfect time to wander around the cabin? Like, sit down before you become the in-flight entertainment. Today, we're diving into all that, the grind, the overpriced fries, and the in-flight comedy we deal with daily. Buckle up, because episode 51 starts right now.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
It's Shawnee time! Yeah, baby! Here we are. Welcome, everybody.
Not even quiet. Not a little bit.
What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. I was prepping myself for this intro because I know everybody's excited to hear what I've got for them. But nothing, man. You know what? Here's the first thing I want to talk about. You know what? I'm doing all these freaking projects around the house right now. And one of the reasons why I'm doing these projects is like Carol and I are like gearing up for retirement because I want the house to be tight because we already made the decision. We're staying at this house. I need to get shit done.
I thought you were retired already.
To you. No, you haven't seen retirement yet, brother. It gets more casual, more relaxed, and more.
If you got any more casual shit, you'd be a slug.
You know, I'm never going to be stopping. A slug is far from what will be looking like. Anyways, but I'm doing all these projects, man. Projects are so expensive on houses. I got to replace my deck. We got a patio back in my house that's freaking. I got to get it resurfaced, and then I've decided like all our freaking landscape in our house, like everywhere around my whole entire house, it's 25 years old. It's all overgrown. It's all this stuff. It just needs to be ripped out and redone. And my back ain't doing that.
Just move.
No, I'm not moving, dude. That's the whole point. This is the thing. I got to gear up my house and I got to like redo it. So we've been like, saving up and preparing and trying to get this thing ready to go because we got a few years left before we're actually going to step into true retirement. But it's like,
did you choose a company last week? They were here. Did you choose one yet?
On for the decking?
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm still getting quotes. Yeah, but they've come in all over the place, and so
you get a project like this. Tell these people how many quotes did you get?
Minimum for me, like I need 3-4 quotes minimum on a large project,
right.
Because I want to see, they're all just basically quoting the same job, right? So the smart thing to do is like be patient, set up your appointments, get your quotes, make sure that you understand what the project. You're going to learn some things along the way. This is a funny story. One of the guys came in and he was like, yeah. And this has nothing to do with like, I'm not discriminating against anybody, but he's like, I got this lady that last week that she was like, I need this quote. And she goes, I've had, you're my actual, like my 8th quote that I'm getting. And she goes, and I have construction experience. So I just want to let you know that up front. She's telling this guy. And so she's like, I want you to do, tell me what you want to do with this deck. And so he's like, yeah, that we're going to be doing all this, that we're going to take out your deck, replace it and all this stuff. And she's like, well, why do you have to do that? And he's like, well, this deck is old and, you need, the foundation of the deck needs to be replaced and supported. And she's like, why is it that all of you that came out here have been telling me that I have to do this? Like,
it's not safe.
Like he's getting to the point where like she says she has construction experience, but she really doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
Like one of your posts is swinging back and forth.
And the common denominator that every contractor that comes out here is telling them the exact same thing, but she's not believing them.
Right.
I'm like, when you're working with people like that, that's hard to work with.
Especially when a contractor comes out, consistency, right?
Yeah, you want well, actually, you know, like I have had 3, 4, getting ready to have 4 contractors coming out here, and as I was actually walking down the way here, looking at other decks, I noticed that this one contractor that I bid to, I looked at the work they did because that's how I got their card and all this stuff was from. They were out building. I was like, give me your card, whatever. So I went back and looked at their work. I realized that their work was shit. Like I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Some of the stuff that they did was not even code. Even one of the builders looked at it and he's like, this other contractor, he's like, that's not even allowed anymore. They literally had the extension onto the deck hooked on with just one bolt through the wood. That's not even allowed anymore.
Right.
Anyhow. So, yeah, so it's good for you to get quotes, like do your homework, get some quotes, make sure you're getting not necessarily the cheapest price is always the best price because you don't know what you're getting, you know, like, so,
but it's best that you go and see their work. I mean,
yeah, go see the work.
If you know anything about, as far as building, go see their work because all you have to do is look at certain things. Even when they built my house, man, I walked in, they did a lot of jacked up shit in there.
Oh, builders. There's no perfect builder. When you get started discussing like building a house, you're going to have like, it's like getting married.
I can't wait to hear this one.
You're going to have some fights with the builder. You're going to have some arguments with the builder. Like there's going to be conflicts that's going to happen. No, I've never heard of anybody who was like, this was the best builder ever. And it was all magical. They did nothing wrong.
No, they
doesn't exist in the world. But anyways, yeah, man. The other thing I wanted to talk about too, man, was about our schedule. Like
I know where you're going with this.
Technology and manual scheduling is manual scheduling, I think, is a thing of the past. Like old school people that are in our age group and stuff, we walk around with our open schedules, books, you write into them and all that stuff. And a lot of people still like to do that type of thing. But technology really has some help where it can help remind you of things. And my wife is going to be like laughing her ass off about me talking about this because I forget to do shit still when I have tech.
I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
but yeah, I just wanted to say that,
where are you going with this, Sean? I know where you're going.
Where am I going, Jimmy? No, I'm going to let you tell me.
All right. So we scheduled our podcast and we schedule it the month in advance. And Mr. Technology over here goes, okay, we're going to do it this day, this day, this day. All right. I got you. So when I'm doing my flying, which is every day, I accidentally,
and it's trip trading.
I accidentally put a trip on one of the podcasts. Well, you got to get rid of that. I told you that.
I know. I never tell him to get rid of anything. What I tell him is that we have like both of us, we're doing shit just like everybody else out there. And we got a lot of, we got to figure our stuff out. And both of us are super busy. So we've got to commit to each week. And we try to do it like a month and a half in advance, right?
You're funny as shit, man. You have like this long ass pause. He's got this long ass pause in the text going, dun, 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 dun. It's like he's waiting for you to sit there and go, I'm getting rid of my trip.
No, I didn't tell you to get rid of it.
You didn't have to. It's that long little pause.
You needed to. That's what
it's
it
like,
was.
Ting, 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 little pause.
I screwed up.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. I got rid of the trip. It's not hard. I mean, it was an LA turn.
Yeah. No,
that was like gone in a nanosecond.
Yeah, boom. Somebody was like, what?
Yeah.
G's giving up this? What?
First thing, and the funny thing about it, you'll get a call. Are you okay?
Yeah. Is Deb okay?
Is everything okay? Why? I just seen you put an LA turn in there. Yeah. That's the first response that I get.
That's awesome.
That's the way our flight attendant group is.
That's awesome, man.
But hey, you're right about technology. I mean, it is good, but as far as with the scheduling, I probably still won't do it.
You got to do it, man.
Nope.
I'm sending you links to like, all you have to do is click on and add it to your phone.
Yeah. Well, I probably still won't.
Now I'm going to have to send links that have put alarms in with them.
I'll still have to deal with your little pauses. Well, you got to get rid of it again, G.
That's all right. Hey, because what happens is when we schedule our podcast days and stuff, when we're going to record, we literally like, as soon as that's set up, like my schedule just starts filling in from there, because I have to I got doctor's appointments, I got people to see, I got golf to do, I got places to go.
There's a lot to a podcast. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, it's not just like you just get on the mic and just start talking.
No,
there's a lot to it. I mean, you got to put together a show.
We take literally the week before to plan for the next week. So it's a week process of us gathering information, figuring out our content and what we're going to do, making sure we got the dates, guests lined up, all the logistics that go into all the stuff to get everybody into one spot to start talking.
And that's why you get a text going, I told you. That was good. It's always that pause. We get that little pause.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you, man?
It was funny. I was looking at some of the social media sites a few days ago. Actually, it's been about a week ago. But I was going through a period that I reference as Groundhog's Day. I think I talked about this before in another podcast. But what it is that these people were talking about depression. Flight attendants were talking about depression. And I was realized I go through this every once in a while. And you wonder why you do what you do, right? With life. I mean, you feel like you're just spinning your wheels sometimes. You're out there, you're busting your ass, and you're like, for what? Why do you do it all? I mean, we got all this stuff. You got a house, you got cars, you got all this for what? You're going to die one day. I mean, and you go through this time in your head. And what it is that it's the grind of life. It's that grind because you're doing it every day. It's that repetition every day.
The beatdown.
It is. And what happens is it starts really getting to you. And I was reading these and I was like, God, this is exactly what I've been going through. And I haven't verbalized this until now. As I labeled this Groundhog's Day in my head, and I've been doing this for a while because it helps me deal with this daily grind that a lot of people think that it is a depression. And I don't think it's so. I don't think it's a depression, Sean. I think what it is you go through this grind of life. And how do you deal with it? And if you don't have a game plan, a lot of times it really affects you.
Well, so I'm just going to stop you 1 second. We are no specialists. We know no clinical, blah, blah, blah. There's been people out there, maybe psychologists saying, that's what it is, what it isn't, all this stuff. We're not here to
I'm not telling
do
you
all that. Yeah, that. We're just saying, we're just telling you, we have the ups and downs of life.
Yeah.
And it gets to you.
Right. And like I said, I'm not telling you that you got to do what I'm telling you to do.
Sure.
It's just what I do. And when I was reading this, it just kind of cued me in, not to their situation, but mine. And I immediately went to my coping mechanisms. And I was walking down the concourse, and this is when I knew the realization that something was wrong. And when I was walking down the concourse, you know how a guy is walking at you, and for whatever reason, men have this space issue.
Right.
And they won't move.
Yeah, you're going to stand your ground.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I'm walking, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to give you some space, but I'm not going to give you all the space because that's not right what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And,
there's it should be a mutual respect of, okay, hey, you're coming at me, I'm coming at you. I'm going to step to one side, you're going to step to the other, whatever. Like, how many times have there been that jog step? Like, we both step to the same side.
And you,
then you people
laugh,
are like,
right?
oh yeah, we're like, you
and you laugh.
But when it doesn't happen,
yeah, that's exactly it. And the thing is that I'm walking there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not in a good mood.
Yeah,
and you're doing this, and that's fine. But I gave you some space, and I guess it wasn't enough space. And I was like, okay, fine. You want to go shoulder to shoulder with me? I'll go shoulder to shoulder with you. That's fine. I spun your ass around like a top.
Yeah.
And that at that point, I'm sitting there thinking, one or two things going to happen. Either this person going to keep walking, or I'm going to get jumped from behind.
Well,
it's going to be something that's going to go on in the concourse. And don't get me wrong, okay? I didn't want any of this to happen. It was a realization at that point that something was going on in my head.
Yeah. I mean, to talk about that one point, it's like a millisecond for you to know, if this person is acknowledging you. If you see each other, it's one thing that you're walking down and they're engaged in conversation or whatever, and they're not paying attention or whatever, and they're not giving that way, to you, you're walking down in the same space and they're engaged, stepping out of their way and you see that they don't see you type of thing. That's one thing. But when you know they've seen you, we're both coming at each other and you try to step out of the way and they don't move.
Right.
That's the situation we got right here.
And that's exactly what I was in. And what happened was it wasn't the day for you to be doing that with me. And, but what I did do is I realized that, I had to implement my coping mechanisms because something wasn't right. What it is that you deal with these, you deal with people that are lazy. You work with people that are lazy. You deal with situations on the airplane. You deal with your life outside of the airlines. You deal with all these things, and somehow you're supposed to keep it together. And then you're feeling this feeling of, okay, what is it all for? Well, then I have to sit there and say, okay, I recognized it, so I called it my Groundhog's Day. And after my Groundhog's Day, the first thing I need to do, because I want to get back to myself, is I have to do an act of kindness to as many people as I can right away. Because as soon as I start being kind, I start feeling better.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, when you had that personal recognition to identify that you're doing something, like at our age, like we did those type of things and that male testosterone back when we were in our 20s, right? So it's something that it's great that like we're old enough and wise enough to identify, hey, things are piling up.
Yeah.
But, life is piling up. We need to get away. I'm not behaving like I normally do.
No, but I accepted my feelings. And I do it without judgment. So I'm good with that, okay? So then I do these acts of kindness.
You're not judging yourself?
No, I don't, really. No. No. I mean, when I'm...
Here, let me do it for you.
Yeah, shut up. When I'm going through this, put me right back in it. So anyway, so I go and I do these acts of kindness to people on the plane, anywhere, just to make myself feel better. Then right away, I start thinking about gratitude, how lucky I am. And I'm lucky that I have my health. One of the most important things I think in life is your health. You have the ability to change whatever. As long as you're healthy, you can do whatever you want to do. So I'm healthy, man. And the reason why is like I love my gym. And my gym has always been what I reference it to as being my church. I go exercise every mental demon outside, inside that church to get it outside of my body. Right. So that is my church. Sometimes I'm in there on a Friday night. There's nobody in there. And I'm texting a picture to one of my boys and they're like, "What are you doing, Dad?" I said, "I'm in church, man. It's Friday night. Ain't nobody in here. I'm about ready to get ugly." Right. So, you get all these demons and you get them outside of your body from the gym. So I love that. But inside the gym, I also find inspiration. And a lot of times I get inspired. And one of the persons I always get inspired by is my sister who has MS. And the way she looks at life every single day. These people are amazing. They go through other things and they look at life differently. And she was inspiring to me. But then there's this guy that comes to the gym. He is in a wheelchair. And he comes there, he gets out of the car, gets in the wheelchair, he wheels himself into the gym. He does all this on that wheelchair. And I'm like, man, my life isn't bad. This guy's out here doing the same thing that I'm doing, and he's in that chair and he can't even move. Right. So your inspiration comes when you see someone else is not as fortunate as you, but they're out there doing the grind. And so all of a sudden I'm inspired to be better. And then, I'm feeling good. I'm starting to feel good. And I feel this start passing. And I realize that, just like anything else, this will pass. This is a blip. You guys, this is a blip in life. And if you realize that, and if you identify it, and then you can work on it, you can get through this. And as soon as you get through it, things start turning better. And that's exactly what happened with me, is that this week, a lot of great things happened this week. And it happened because of karma, the doing things that nice, the gratitude and the inspiration that I have when I felt the worst. And then I went back, and the one thing I felt bad about was spinning that guy around on in the shoulder. And I realized that might have been me when I was young, but that's not me today. Now, will I do it again? Probably. I'm not saying that I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that I'm not going to feel this Groundhog's Day again, because I'm going to feel it. It's a repetitive feeling. And then there's nothing wrong with you. It's just life. We go through these things. but we can make it through it. And I was looking at these comments, thinking that these people were going through the same thing. But another video came out, and I thought it was kind of cool. And for me and you, we both can talk about this one. It was being an 80s child.
Yeah.
And one thing about being an 80s child is, you know, when you talked about technology, and this deals exactly with that. When we were in the 80s, it was a face-to-face. We talked with everybody, right?
Well, we didn't have technology. That's the thing about like being in the growing up in the 80s and stuff. We didn't have the technology was just starting. Like we were just getting the taste of, you know, what technology and where technology can go and how it can entertain us and those type of things. You know, like video games are just starting to happen. You know, like, you know, you and I started off on Pong, you know, and you know, moved
they don't even remember Pong.
Yeah.
Pong was a table tennis game. It was just like these two blip screens going back and
like
forth.
Beep, 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 and the ball going back and forth. And, you know, like it's a basic programming you write on any computer today, but it's like, that was our big entertainment. Like,
right.
I mean, we would sit there hours trying to keep that ball back from going out, you know? It was like air hockey on the TV, you know, like just, it was fascinating. It's still fascinating. Like technology to me, I grew up in the age where technology, like all the things that have changed since we were kids to what it is today, like a computer filled up this room in the first computers we ever saw, right? Like it was like these giant computers, like IBM had these monster cabinets and that was a computer and blah, blah, blah. And now we got these like things that we carry around in our hand, these phones that are like, has more power than any of those room computers can even do. Because everything's micro-sized now, but it was because technology advanced and stuff, and so it's fascinating, like to like look at all that stuff. But it's not like the end all be all. Like I think technology should always be something to assist you in life, but you shouldn't be consumed with it, right?
Right, but in our lives today, it has consumed us, and this is the point that I'm making. When we were kids, man, we didn't come in until the street lights were on, right? I mean, we didn't. I mean,
no, dude, I would stay out till the freaking night. We would play kick the can.
Right.
Like people don't even kick the what?
Right.
Like kick the can.
Football in the yard.
I mean, playing touch football in the yard, playing tag,
frisbee at the park.
Hide and seek.
Do you remember going to the park and throwing a frisbee?
Oh yeah. Don't get me started with that. Me and Gary went and did that in the park several times, and he can't throw a frisbee. And how many times I was climbing a tree or on top of a building trying to retrieve my frisbee. That's a whole nother segment. Anyways, but yeah, like we did things, you know.
You got out, and the other thing, I'm just going through some of these things, and I'll get to the reason why. But when we were younger, we had to buy our own cars, and the one thing that we did on Friday and Saturday night is we go cruising. We go cruising down. For us, we went cruising down El Dorado and Decatur, Illinois. And there was 2 McDonald's at each side, and you go turn around in each of the McDonald's, and in each of the McDonald's, there's 2 different schools at each of the McDonald's. So you check the girls out or the guys out in each of the McDonald's, and you talk, right? You see guys that you played sports against, or you communicated, but your cars were immaculate, man. They were spotless because Friday, Saturday night, man, you put a shine on those things.
Yeah,
because we bought our cars, Sean.
To this point that you did talk about it, buying cars and stuff. I want to say this: like, my wife and I came from 2 different walks of life, and she was given her cars, and her parents bought her cars, and all this stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, my cars, and even to this day, like, you go in the garage, my car normally it's cleaned up. I wash it all the time. I take care of it. Because I bought it, man. It took me hard-earned money and time to serve to get that car. And she's always been given these cars. Like, she gets her cars. Now she buys her own cars today. Like we're too old for that crap. But she's always been given to it. But it's interesting because when I look at her entire family, like most of them don't clean their cars.
Yeah, they're dirty.
Like it's just like a thing to use. And like her car will get, I don't know. I haven't got to a level where she finally says, okay, enough's enough. I got to clean my car. Like, I don't know if that's possible.
Right.
Like literally trash could be all over the floors and everything. And she still would get in and drive it.
Right.
Like,
And it goes-
it blows my mind.
Right. But it goes back to, again, when we grew up, certain things about, where you grew up and what you had to do. But like I said, my Monty was always spotless. But, the thing is that today you're stuck on your damn phones. There's nobody chasing dreams anymore. They're not. I mean, what they're doing is they want so many likes. They want all this crap. And I get it. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's what you do. But you're not even going to, trying to make a dream happen for yourself because you don't have any.
You're
You don't
not
have any
engaged in
dreams.
life.
Nothing. I mean, we had block parties. We had things we had parties in the freaking cornfields when everybody just hung out. I mean, and what I realized was when I'm going through all this stuff and what it is that back then we could breathe, right? You go outside, you'd enjoy the moment that you're in, going swimming, going in the parks, playing. You weren't stuck on a phone. And today, if you go into any place, any establishment, I don't care where it is, everybody has their phone stuck to their face. Nobody's breathing anymore.
Every time I go to work, man. I mean, I get on a shuttle. It doesn't matter what shuttle you're on, whether an employee shuttle or a parking shuttle, whatever. Literally, look around. I mean, everybody is on the phone. In the airports, everybody's on their phone. Like everybody's looking down. There's very few like intergate, people
Engaging.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's okay.
Engaging
Yeah.
with each other. And I was like,
they don't. And that's exactly what I was saying. This whole thing about, and it goes full circle into this Groundhog's Day. So what I had to do is I had to breathe, man. I had to get back out. I had to get in the gym. I had to get outside, and I put my damn phone down. I'm like, screw that. I'm not answering the shit. I got to breathe for a minute, and I started being more concerned about other people than myself, and started feeling a lot better. So, like I said, I had the Groundhog's Day. You guys, you might have this same feeling, but realize it might just be a blip. And if it's more than that, there's a lot of people that out there that can help you. I mean, they can.
oh yeah, there's lots of professionals out there to help you with this stuff. And like, you feel like you're getting into depression stuff. There's depression hotlines and all that good stuff to go to. But you know what? It's self help and being able to have that ability to recognize and acknowledge that you were like not yourself and to adjust. That's growth. That's the point in life where you finally gotten yourself into, like, we all are going to be ebb and flow and highs and lows to life. Like, I mean, I get into these, and my wife will point it out. Like, I get into not quite panic modes, but I start getting little anxiety happening and stuff about stuff. And literally I have to step back and be like, wait a minute, how gifted, how blessed am I already?
Right.
I shouldn't have these type of worries. And my wife is a big worrier, like her entire family worry. And it's, you just got to like pause.
Just recognize, as soon as you recognize it and you start your way back. And like I said, one of the easiest things to do is kindness and gratitude. And if you do that, you'll see, you start thinking of other people, it will change. Everything will change. You'll be a blip in your life. You'll get past this. And you'll move on, and the next time you'll recognize it a little bit quicker. But we're going to go on from there now, Sean, and we are.
But I wanted to add too, sarcasm and humor is a good tool too.
That's why I got you. That's sarcastic. That's you 100%. But listen, man, you know who was on my plane?
Who's that?
MGK.
What?
Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
MGK is on your plane, man.
I took him back and forth from Cleveland.
Did you get a pic?
Nope.
What the fuck? Are you kidding
I knew
me?
you was going to say that. I knew it. I was like, I didn't even want to tell him because I was like, do you get a pic?
So you got to like seize the moment. I mean, one of the best things about being a flight attendant, like I'm not that person. I know you aren't either. We're not all Google-eyed about people and all that stuff. Like it's fun to see them, and it is entertaining, and it's cool because we get to see so many people that we totally understand that they're just people too, right?
Yeah.
But like, I like to seize the moment. Like, if I get that opportunity, like, I'm not going to run up to them and be like, "Can I get your autograph?" Like that's not what I do. I always like to get a picture with them. Like, hey, when you're leaving out the door, or if you got a moment here when you're standing talking to us in the galley or something like that, if they come up to us, usually I'm like, "Hey, you mind snap a picture with us?" Yeah, and they love that stuff.
I knew I was going to hear shit about that.
Dude,
but the one thing, he was really nice guy.
Man, I hear.
I mean, he really is. He's very polite. Didn't want anything. I mean, he just kept to himself, but very polite. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of them, aren't they? I mean, most of the people that get on, I mean, they treat us nice, and they're nice people.
We said that there's only 1%.
Yeah, there's that 1% out there that
that we talk about all the time.
Got issues. We'll continue to talk about them.
Yeah, but Machine Gun Kelly, yeah, it was nice having you on, and yeah, next time I have to get a
as if he's ever listening to our podcast.
You never know. You never know.
We'll see.
All right, and I got to tell you about this. Five Guys, not five regular guys. Five Guys burgers.
The burgers,
yeah. You like them?
You know what? I do like a Five Guys burger every now and then. They're definitely not my I would not frequent them because they're too damn expensive. But they're a good burger.
Would you compare it to like In-N-Out? That'd be like our version of In-N-Out burger.
Well, here's the difference between like In-N-Out and Five Guys to me. Because burgers, there's all these huge range of levels of burgers. To me is like, you want your bottom line McDonald's burgers. That's that standard factory issue burger. But then as you go up the chain, you got, the In-N-Outs. And I love In-N-Out burgers. They're like one of my favorite burgers, period. And they're coming to Ohio.
I heard that.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Anyways, and but then Five Guys is like that. They're known for, it's a handmade patty. It's real beef, the quality of the food and all this stuff, but you're paying a premium for it. So it's like going to a restaurant and paying, for an expensive burger.
All right, I got to talk about this now that we've told you a little bit about Five Guys. So we go to the Five Guys to get a couple burgers the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, the regular burger's like $9.
Yep.
$9.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, you guys, this burger looks like the little cousin to the White House slider. Damn thing. I looked at the thing, okay, me and you, that shit ain't going to fill us.
Well, I mean, I get, like their burger, first of all, their normal burger is 2 patties. They don't give you 1 patty. They give you 2 patties.
2 patties that should be 1.
Yeah, they smash them. It's like smash burgers.
Like smash burgers.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It's 2. There should only be 1. But anyway, what they're known for, they have these, they have all the natural fries, right? The potato fries.
Yeah, the fries are pretty decent.
So one of the things that they do is if you order a small fry, which was like $5 and something. It looks like
you're
an
going to get like
overgrown
2
Dixie.
servings because they're going to overflow the cup and all that.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah.
All right. They always dump the second amount in there that's about the same size as the cup.
Sure.
So at least you feel like you're not getting slighted by the slider burger that you're eating.
Yeah.
And you're getting at least double of the fries. So we get the oversized Dixie cup of fries, the small one, and it's still like $5. So we get the bag and the Diet Coke, and the receipt comes, it's $27.
Yep.
For a Diet Coke, 2 burgers, and a Dixie cup thing of fries. And when I looked in the bag, there was no double amount, Sean. There was like 4 extra fries in the damn bag.
Oh, they didn't give you
no.
to do the search.
No, 4 extra fries in the bag. Now I was told you need to go back up there and tell them. I'm not going back and tell. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back because the only thing that was big on that whole meal was the receipt.
No.
The receipt was like 3 feet long.
I know your point here, and we all hear it clearly that this is an expensive burger. But let me tell you what. And I have friends out here, they're going to laugh because if they're listening to the show, they're going to be like, we've seen him do this. I will check them. I don't give a flying fuck. If it's $27, that burger is going to be a burger that I want to eat.
I get it.
And I will literally, I don't care what establishment it is. Like I went into McDonald's, you know how you get to McDonald's and you like go through the drive through and you open up the bag and you're driving away and the burger patty, like they couldn't even line up the buns and like it's all slid apart and it's like wrapped up into like a mangled bunch of ball, right? I will drive back to the damn McDonald's. I'll put it on their damn corner. I'll be like, you see that picture up there? Does that look like this burger? Is this a burger that I just bought because this is what you just served me through the drive-through, thinking that I'm just going to keep carrying on? No. Quality and customer service and all that stuff, especially if you're paying the prices that you're talking about in Five Guys. It better happen. I would have walked my ass up there and be like, listen, you shorted me on fries.
Okay.
But my point is this, is that a lot of people don't complain about that type of stuff.
Okay.
And when you're paying the prices like this, you got to complain. Don't walk out.
Normally I am going to complain, but in Five Guys, they are known to double up the fries.
Right.
Okay. So I shouldn't have to tell you to do your damn job. All right. So the kid that did it, this is the big FYI. People, I get that you have to hire young people to do a job, but make sure if their pants don't fit to wear a damn belt. Okay. Because this guy had these freaking gloves on, was pulling up his pants every 30 seconds because they were falling down. Now he's touching food with these damn gloves on and pulling his pants up.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And I'm looking right at you.
I am the person
ridiculous.
that's going to check that person because that kid's got to learn. He's got to learn. Like, this is unacceptable. He doesn't know who's looking at his ass, pulling his pants up and stuff behind him, right? We are. He doesn't realize that. He's too young to even identify that that's not good customer service and that's not good hygiene. Like, if you don't point that out, nobody's going to check it.
That's a manager's job.
But no, listen.
I get it. I know what you're saying.
Like, you're saying that's a manager's job, but it's also us as a customer to be able to go in there and tell them, like, listen, this is unacceptable. Like, look, this gentleman right here is pulling up his pants with the glove he's serving my fries on. He's putting he's been touching on his ass and stuff back onto the fries. And then you're going to throw them into the bags. And then he's going to short me on fries in the first place, which I'm angry back in first place. Like, come on. We got to check them.
I'm not going back.
No, dude, I will. I will tell you, I have a friend right now. They laugh all the time because they love the line is like, does that picture look like this picture? Because I will use that every time because, listen, we pay a lot of money for this right now.
I know.
Food is not cheap right now. Like, if you want quality food and you want quality, I'm a big, I work hard. I'm going to eat hard.
Right.
$27
for 2 sliders and a half a spud.
Dude, in the airport, put that Five Guys in the airport. Now it's like $37, right?
No kidding. Well, shit. They even in LA, the reason why people eat on the airplane is because in Los Angeles, it costs $22 for a little bitty hamburger. You come on the airplane, it's like $10 for a Venda burger.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, like,
that's why they wait.
It's so expensive in the airports. I mean, that, like, you're talking about Five Guys outside of the airport, but when you go put them in the airports, it is like crazy expensive. Because I just did that LA thing. I think I talked about it in a few episodes ago, where it's like, I got off and they wanted $28 for the hamburger, no fries, no nothing, like just the hamburger. I was like, hell no. Yeah,
I know.
Hell no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's too much money. But if you're trapped and you got to do whatever to, survive, you got to do what you got to do.
All right, let's talk about a little bit on the plane. Okay, how could you be in this job for 3 months and your ass be lazy already?
Dude, they came here lazy. Right?
How do you come to any job and last and your ass, you're just lazy after 3 months, not even doing anything.
They put up the phony front, they get the job, they get in the door, and that's why we got probation, right?
Right. We call out passengers, but we also call out crew.
Yeah.
Listen, on cabin pressure, we'll call a crew out too.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've asked a flight attendant, like, is this really the right job for you?
Do you think that's
people don't like to hear it, and I will take confrontation on face on.
I know you do.
I'm not going to back down from that, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. If you're a lazy ass worker, I'm going to call you a lazy ass worker.
But your ass isn't even off probation yet.
Yeah.
And you're already lazy. Doing things that you shouldn't even do, and then someone has to call you out for it. It's ridiculous when you get these people out there and we have to actually call them out.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. They haven't even been at the job 3 months. And I think what you're talking about too, do you think a lot of it, I know it's with just who you are, but we have a small base mentality too.
Yeah.
right?
We
We
all
call each
family.
other, but we call each other out.
Hey, I know for a fact, and I know people that listen to the show were like, Sean, you're a lazy ass too. No, no, I've had slumps where like, life gets you down and all like this stuff like G was talking about. And, you come to work and maybe I'm not pulling my weight, whatever, but that's happened in the past. I've been doing this for 36 years. Shit, that's happened.
Right. I'll walk to the back and go, are you freaking busy or what,
Right,
man?
right.
You back here? I mean, you want to get your ass up for a minute, but then you get, but you
But you
checked
snap
right
out
back.
of it,
Yeah.
right? You snap out of it and, oh shit, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And, so, that happens. But I mean, yeah, I mean, when you're new at a job, you shouldn't be lazy already. You should be energized, ready, and enthusiastic to find out, because this is the best thing about our job is that every day we go to the job, we learn something new.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't say that with like, just like trying to be funny. I'm telling you, every day I go to the job, if I'm talking to a pastor, I'm going to find out something new. Like, how did you become this biological tester of amoebas or whatever their job is,
But we engage though.
we
That's the
engage
difference,
all
though.
these people, and we find out cool things and learn new things. Like, I had no idea that even existed.
But a lot of them, they don't even engage, but we do. But we also engage with our crew. And that's the one thing that happens a lot on the plane, because in our little world, especially in our small base, no one is done till everyone's done. Because if I'm walking up to the front and we've been busting our ass in the back, I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You
should be
you
helping
pick up
us.
the same thing if you're working in the back and you walk through the front of the cabin and you're working through first class. It's really annoying. Pick a tray. If you see trash, pick it up, because you're coming to the front of the aircraft. If they're going to pick your stuff up in the front or the back, then pick their stuff up going to the front too.
Yeah,
And that's what I love about being a small base. We hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I would have to say, like, it is true in this base that we're different than the rest of the airline. Really?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
call us special.
Yeah, we're different. Like, we have a reputation here in Cleveland that was like, oh yeah, you're working with Cleveland, they're going to make you work.
Well, it's because we won all the awards. I mean,
Right.
seriously, we won all the awards when it comes to customer service. And the reason is that we act like we are if we were a customer, how we want to be treated. And that's how it is in Cleveland. But we also hold each other accountable. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, somebody's going to call you out. It might not be this flight, but somebody's going to call your ass out.
It's going to catch up with you eventually.
Yep.
And hopefully it's a fellow employee catching you versus management.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's what those young cats don't understand.
Got to talk about this one guy. It was so funny. He was walking to the back of the plane with his wife, and they start getting into the row, and he gets in automatically, starts going to the window seat, and she looks at him and she goes, "You didn't even ask." And he goes,
ask.
"Yeah." He goes, "Ask what?" She goes, "You didn't even ask me if I wanted the window seat." And I'm listening to this, and he goes, "Well, my seat says A," and he goes, "That's my seat." And she goes, "This is the first time I've been on an airplane. It's my birthday flight, and you didn't even ask me if I wanted the window seat." Now I'm sitting there listening to this, and I immediately go to him. Do you think you made the right decision?
Right.
And he goes, "What?" And I said, "Well, think about this. How long you guys been married?" And she goes, 10 years. I said, "This is your birthday trip?" And she goes, "Yes." And I said, "Your first time on an airplane?" She goes, "Yes." And I looked at him and I said, "Did you make the right decision?"
Yeah.
Because it's very imperative that you think about this right now. And did you make the right call? And he looks right at her and he goes, "Would you like to have the window seat?" And she goes, "I would." And I told him, I said, "Did you see the elephant her face turned into? Because let me tell you something. Women, they will not forget. That little moment right there would have cost him months.
Oh yeah, man.
Months, right? She would have brought that conversation up how many times?
Well, she's still going to talk about it.
Exactly, but she got the window seat though.
Right.
I mean, it took somebody else to interrupt into this, but it was really funny. I was like, "You're in such deep shit right now."
Yeah. We go through this in my relationship as well. And we're in a little different dynamics there, but and my wife is always like, she wants the window seat. She always wants the window seat. And like for all you out there that know, my wife's a pilot. She gets to go to work and she gets to sit in front of a window all day and look out the damn window. And every time I get on a plane, I never get the window because she wants the window. I'm like, really? I go, how much viewing of the world I get to look at when I'm working?
Okay, but my point is,
I get asses and elbows all day long and never get to see blue skies until I actually look out the freaking porthole of the door.
Okay, so where did you sit?
Aisle.
See, you're a smart man.
Right.
Because you'll never hear the end of that.
Yeah.
Carol's going to look at you like, what's your point?
So here's where it all pays off. So when we do get on planes and we're sitting and now we got to we don't have that seat empty in the middle and we got to sit together in the aisle, whatever, aisle or window. Now, if we're in a row and there's 3 people and we're all stacked in there, now she's going to give me the window because she's smaller than me. Like the big guy doesn't go in the center seat, so she will do that in that situation always. But if it's, we got a row to ourselves,
you're in the aisle. All right, man. They had this really cool thing out in the island of Kauai, and I was reading about this, and it was really neat. You could check a dog out for the day.
Check a dog out for the day?
Yeah, it's like a library book.
Are you talking about dating, or are you talking about this
No.
is just a companion?
No, it's a shelter dog. Damn that! Here we go. The emails are going to fly in on this one. What did he say?
I just had to throw it out there. I'm just like,
no, he did
that's
not
cool,
say
man.
that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was reading about this, and you can go to the shelter, and you can, how you walk around the island and you go on hikes and everything. You can actually check a dog out.
That's cool, man.
How cool is that?
I never even heard of anything like that. But as I started talking about this, you brought it up last week, and I was like, that's really unique and everything. And the more I hear about this, I guess you can do this around the country too.
Yeah,
different cities
these programs,
have started programs where you can, help the kennels out and help the SPCA or, the Humane Society out by taking the dog out for the day. And that's kind of cool. I wonder if they do it with, all animals like cats and dogs.
I'm not sure, but I know with the dogs they do. And they said that it really helps them get adopted. It makes sense. But I just thought that was so cool. I was like, forget a library book, man. I could get to go get a dog.
Yeah. How does that happen? So I'm on vacation in Hawaii, check a dog out for the day. I fall in love with this dog. Now I got to pay for a dog to get back home.
Exactly.
Another ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. But the dog gets adopted. So what?
Right. That's cool.
I thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is one, weather delays, because we just had this past week too. Why is it that the majority of men always have an attitude when you're asking them just simply put the seatbelt on?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I mean, the seatbelt thing is like my number one pet peeve on a flight. Like, and I do not roll. And we work together so many times. It's like it doesn't matter if seatbelt sign's on or off. I'm going to tell you, can you put your seatbelt on? Can you put your seatbelt on? Because they have not witnessed what we've witnessed. Like when that turbulence hits and you're on the ceiling, and if you're in charge of any loved ones, little kids, or any of that stuff, believe me, I don't care how big or small you're strong you think you are, you're not going to stay in that seat. And it's common sense for us. But I guess the public, they just,
I just don't understand the attitude though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never understand why. All we're doing is our job.
They're smarter.
It's almost like this male engaging thing. And I'm looking at them like, it's almost like you want to fight me. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, put your damn
No, they're more
on.
educated than us.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean,
they have more experience than us too.
You're bouncing around. You're going through turbulence. Nah, go ahead and keep it off.
It's their kids. They know better.
Yeah, go flying through the air.
Yeah, all these stupid things that people don't realize. It's like, listen, my only concern on this plane is to keep everybody safe. I don't give a shit if you get a Coke. I don't give a shit if you get something to eat. I do give a shit about your safety. This is the one thing that I'm getting paid to do, is to make sure that you're safe. You respect us out there. Like, this is our job. We're not trying to pick on you. Like, put on your seatbelt. And it's that person, you tell them to put on a seatbelt and they put it on. And then you walk back like 15 minutes later and they have a seatbelt on.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Simple request.
what the hell?
I know. It's a simple request, but it's always an attitude that goes with it.
Yeah.
But, okay. Now talking about that, dumbest comments boarding the aircraft. I got to say this one. This one happened. A pilot, they walked on board and they're like, "Hey, didn't I just see you in the bar a few minutes ago?" You know what happened? that a passenger said that to one of the pilots.
Yeah.
They were just getting in there to do pre-flight. You know what happened?
Canceled.
That pilot picked his bag up and he turned around, he walked off, and they're like, "What is he going?" I was like, "Well, you just accused him of consuming alcohol. Now he's going to walk off this aircraft. He's going to request an alcohol test because you just said something that wasn't true and you thought it was funny." He was like, "Oh, I was joking." Well, congratulations. You just canceled this damn flight. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. There's, people don't understand. And I think we've talked about this once before. Like, you just can't say certain things on a plane, period.
No.
Like you have to be able to understand that there's a time to joke and there's a time not to joke. And there's time to make comments that have repercussions to them.
Right.
And if you say these things, people are going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Analytical about their.
You'll have a lot to say because you'll be sitting out in the damn terminal talking about this shit. And I know that's my point, is that when you make these dumb comments like that, think about it. Funny ones, we get funny ones all the time. What am I going to have? Lobster steak after takeoff. Okay, you always get that. That's the older guys' comment. They always sit there and talk about the lobster and steak. What am I going to have? Lobster or steak? Okay, but when you talk about a pilot being in a bar a few minutes ago, be careful, because you just might end up sitting in some Jackson Hole little bitty airport for the next 7 hours.
Hey, it can happen with a flight attendant too.
Yeah.
If somebody asks me about that, literally, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm done. I need to go get drug tested.
Funny, they just asked me on the plane. This woman goes, "Oh, can you have a drink with us?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Why? You don't fly the plane." I said, "Well, it's a federal offense. I'll go to jail." And she goes, "Why would you go to jail? You're not flying." I was like, "I am. I'm working the plane. I'm working the back with you. It would still be, I'm working an aircraft. And my responsibility is safety. And if I have anything to drink, I'm going to jail."
I'm responsible to get your ass off this aircraft. And do you want a drunk guy trying to get off the aircraft? Or do you want a guy that's has all his faculties?
But it just shows you they really don't understand it a lot of times. Some of the things that they say, they just don't understand. That,
well, the importance of the position is what's gone on with our society. Like they've and it's partially the blame to the marketing departments of the airlines, right? Like historically, it started off, flight attendants were these all females, and then we did the whole, made them sex symbols and put them in go-go pants and boots and all that stuff, and the back in the 60s and 50s, the guys slapping the girls on the ass was like, that was acceptable behavior back then, so. That's all just cascaded to this like demeaning of a person on the plane and their position and the real reason why they're there for you. And so that whole stereotype's kind of continued on. So we've got to fight that and continue to fight that.
Exactly. Because when they get on a plane, they expect to see two blondes, right? And then they see me and Sean.
Yeah. And then they're like, what the fuck is going on
I'm
here?
getting off this damn plane. Oh,
what
hell no. This is bullshit.
Is there a threat on this plane? Because why are these two big individuals on my plane? I had that question one time. They were like, is everything okay on this flight? Because it was like you, I, and Gary with us or something, all these big guys. And they're like, this is like the biggest screw up we've ever seen.
Exactly. Everybody's just sitting down going, no, I'm good. I don't want anything to drink.
And then listen, I had during COVID, I had this neighbor here that he was convinced that I was an air marshal.
Oh, really? You're lying, Sean. Well, you're an air marshal.
You're not a flight attendant. I know you're an air marshal.
Like last week, I was a pilot.
Yeah. Like, yeah. they think and dream up whatever they think about the whole thing. But it's super interesting. Like this whole stigma with the position and all that stuff, it goes back to, and like, I know right now, like, the AFA, the Airline Flight Attendant Union out there, they're out in DC and they've been fighting for this for years as trying to label flight attendants as first responders. And there's something to that, because when you have a airline incident, we are the first responders in an accident. There is no fire people there. There's no pilots for you. There's no, the pilots are flying the plane. We're the ones actively getting you off and rescuing you and trying to get you to safety. That is our specific job on the plane. If that job stops and they figure out how to do that with a robot, me and you are on a beach.
We'll be gone by then. Not even a question, man.
All right, let's go around the globe.
Yeah, man. Let's go around the globe, man.
All right, this woman down in Florida, she was arrested. She's an unlicensed dental work person that she was found to have super glued the victim's veneer teeth.
Dude, she was doing those press-on nails and gluing them to their teeth. That's what they were doing. She started taking bejeweled things and putting like diamonds and stars on their teeth. And
Sean, if you were going to go have your teeth done, right? First of all, would you pull into the tap-in beauty bar?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, first of all, I don't skimp on that type of shit.
No, but I'm serious. I mean, so you're pulling in like, where are you getting your veneers done? Oh yeah, I'm going to the tap-in beauty bar.
I heard, baby, she over there, she can do the magical job, like anything you want.
Exactly. How much did you pay? Well, mine were $1,500 to $2,000 a tooth. See, at the tap-in beauty bar, you can get the whole set for $2,500.
And they put that Lee press-on nails under your teeth and glue it on with some super glue and file it down. And you were like out there smiling and be like, ooh,
like a mouthful of chiclets.
The crazy thing is that when she smiles and then one of them pops off and hits somebody in the face, you're like, what the hell just happened?
So these people were getting sick. Why? Super glue?
Yeah.
On your teeth?
Yeah, chemicals that I'm eating, digesting continuously in my mouth.
But again, if you went to the tap-in beauty bar and you only paid $2,500 and you didn't do your research, maybe it should have been said a dental network.
I'm telling you right now, like there's probably there's a reason why they don't show us our like how much we pay for medical bills and all that stuff, because these people that are always trying to skimp on things like that. I mean, like these people going over to different countries to get it, like these dudes that fly over to Hungary and get hair plugs. Or the girls go down to Mexico and get the butt implants.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the plastic surgery and shit like that, like doing all these like cheap moves and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know if I really trust that type of stuff.
the tap-in beauty bar.
Yeah, the tap-in beauty party is not another place I'm probably not frequenting.
But who would go there though?
First of all, the name of the beauty parlor is in question right there. Tap in, like when you're doing whatever beauty things happening, they're gonna. I got the rest of this for you, honey.
Yeah,
tap in.
We get your nail too.
Tap in like it's a wrestling match or something.
Either that or it's like a bar.
Yeah, I don't know. On tap.
You get drunk and get teeth at the same time.
Dude, no way. First of all, no way. Ugh.
All right, this flight attendant had seen this passenger coming into the lavatory wearing white socks. And so they told this person that you might not want to wear those white socks and whatever's on that floor because it's going to soak up and destroy those white socks. And the passenger said, thank you very much, took the socks off and walked in.
Disgusting. You disgusting human.
You don't want your white socks to be soaked in urine.
First of all,
but your feet can.
No one on the plane should allow their children, themselves, or anybody to walk in without shoes into the lavatory in a plane. I mean, it is literally an outhouse.
That's called.
I mean,
it's nasty.
It gets cleaned and everything, but they don't. I'm guarantee you. I will tell you right now, they don't clean the floor every flight.
No, because like at least 50% of it's pee.
Oh, dude. I mean, people are like bouncing around in the air, sloshing. They're peeing on the sidewalls. They're shit's running down on the floor.
You got women that squat and miss the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
flood the whole
trying to hover on it, and the plane starts shaking, and they're spraying everywhere. No, it's
not water.
No, it's like don't go in the lavatory without some freaking cushion.
That shit was funny though. You took the socks off, but your feet's okay. That was so gross.
They're gross, man.
All right,
and then the guy that came out and put it back on.
There goes your socks.
Oh, let me save this.
Yeah, dry them off.
I could keep those right in my feet.
Yeah, you're nasty. All right. So this passenger, he supposedly was slapped by this flight attendant. And he said it was so embarrassing and so severe that he thought that he deserved 1 day of the airline's profits.
Please.
And that was a big airline. Real big.
No. Yeah.
That's a lot of embarrassment.
I feel like that every day I go to work, I deserve a day's profit of the airline. The abuse I get taken for on every day going to work, I should get a day's profit.
Especially if I'm on the plane with you, you're going to take a shitload of abuse.
A day's profit. These people don't even get, they can't even understand. They don't understand.
Exactly. You know something? He probably deserved to get smacked if he thought like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Did he have a videotabe of this?
I don't know.
Right.
We're going to have to look that one up.
Yeah. Badger, I'm claiming that, slap me. It's probably some big person walking down the aisle and they freaking put a belly into him or something. He thought he got snapped.
All right, Sean, quote of the day, man.
Quote of the day, man. So here we go. How do we change the world? One act of random kindness.
And you guys, and going back to what I started this whole podcast with, Groundhog's Day, if you guys recognize this, trust me, one random act of kindness will put you back on the road. Trust me, it does. It does to me every single time.
Pay it forward, man. If you just pay it forward, it's such a good feeling.
Yep.
Have you ever done this? I've walked into now I do this a lot with military for sure, but I'm in a restaurant or something, or I'm getting a smoothie or everything, and the person behind me, I pay for them.
I have not done that.
I know you haven't.
No.
You should try to do that.
But I do.
I was in in a
I think that's
smoothie
cool.
shop, and I'm like, there's some young gals behind me or young boys. Well, it doesn't matter who it is, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm in that mood. Like, you know what? I want to pay it forward, and then just, put theirs on mine too. Whatever it is, I'll charge it to my card.
No, I think that's
whatever.
Cool.
It's just it's kind of a cool experience because it's happened to me before.
Right.
Like somebody paid for my meal, and I'm like, what? Why? What that happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, and like I said, that's a road to actually recovery, believe it or not, because as soon as you do, you're going to feel better about your day and better about yourself. So random act of kindness, guys. So you guys have a great week. It was a lot of fun talking this week, Sean. And I will see you next week with your technology and the schedule.
Yeah. And I'm going to perform a random act of kindness right now. We're going to stop letting Gary talk at this time. Or G.
I like Carol better.
Bye.
All right, see ya.
Thanks for flying with us today on Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. If you laughed, learned, or just enjoyed hanging out, don't keep it to yourself. Tell a friend. Share the love and help us grow this crazy ride. Want to support the show and help us reach our goal of launching video by the end of the year? Check out our official merch at cabinpressuremerch.shopify.com. From teas to travel goodies, every purchase helps the cabin pressurized and banter flowing. Until next time, keep your seatbelt fastened, your tray tables up, and your sense of humor on standby. Bye.